Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Next up we got this beautiful 2006 single cab Silverado. It's in for an attitude adjustment. We're gonna drop the front end 2 inches, or maybe is it 4? Might be a 4.6, I think it is. We got coils and spindles, so yes, it's a 4.6. This is the first job after installing the ACs. Feels really good in here. We've got a reckless under bed notch also going on. I've got the parts over here on the table. I'll show you in a second. We're gonna get this truck looking real good. Give it a good attitude adjustment. After this truck's done and out of here, I'll start working on the floors. These are the parts we have. We've got coils, spindles, flip kit, more parts of flip kit, all 4 shocks, all 4 corners, and a reckless underbed notch. If anyone needs any work done, don't hesitate to hit me up. Located in Central Florida. I'll still get you in between doing these little jobs that I have going on in the shop, but I'll also knock out. If you're an only 1 or 2 day job, I'll knock the job out on weekends and in between working on these bigger builds that I got coming in. So let's go ahead and get this truck in the air and start the tear down. We'll begin with doing the front end first. First side is fully disassembled. We'll move on to the passenger side and disassemble that side before we start putting the front end back together. Having this AC in the shop is making this job wonderfully. Don't have to open the doors, and it's comfortable in here. Got them both running, 76. Pulling out the humidity, but we'll, like I said, we'll get the passenger side pulled and then we'll get the spindles and springs installed. This one wants to fight me. Everything came out nice and smooth. So we're gonna put a little more elbow grease into it. We'll break this one free. Then once we get that free, we get all these parts out, then we can start putting in the front parts, the rest of the new parts, excuse me. Spindles and coils. Hey, if you need any work done, hit me up. This one's getting lowered with a notch. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. That way you get notified when I got new content coming out. Always stuff popping up. There it is. Passenger side is disassembled. We'll go ahead and clean up some parts. Need to clean up the hub. We'll clean up some of that rust around there. Both sides, we'll, like I said, get everything cleaned up, prepped up, and we'll start putting in both sides. We'll get this front end done, and we'll move on to the rear. Front end is sitting is looking good. It'll settle a little bit, and it might even go down more when we do the rear. Next, we'll get this bed off, get that top off. It's not a standard topper. It is a piece of material bolted in. So we'll go ahead and pull these out and get this piece off. That way we can get this bed off, start working on the rear. I'm gonna knock out the notch, then I'll do the flip kit. all we have left is to paint it, and then to route the brake lines and the electrical. Then we'll stand up the bed, we'll get it cut, set it back down like it is, and then before we put the bed on, we'll start working on that flip kit. Here, let's show you some of these welds real quick. You know, the usual. See if it'll focus in there. All the way around, top, bottom, you know the drill. Again, if you need any work done, don't be afraid to hit me up. Like I said, these little 1 to 2 day jobs, I'll squeeze you in and get you knocked out real quick. So like I said, let's go ahead and paint it and keep moving forward. Get this thing done, let the customer come get it. Sometimes you have to improvise. Someone lowered the rear of this by deleting a leaf, and that is not a problem. But then your bolt is longer, and this was the washer, aka spacer, they used. It won't fit through that hole. So we have to delete the washer or whatever. So I took a nut, drilled it out, rounded it off, and now it fits in there with a little bit of play, so I can go ahead and use that as a spacer. So now we can get the leaf pack bolted back together. I'll loosen that one over there back up, put the little homemade spacer in instead of that nut. Once we get those done, then we can go ahead and start getting that axle back onto the other side. Once we get this all tightened up, get that bed on, torque the wheels, get a sticker on, get this customer on his way. have left is to put that bed on, put their topper on, and tailgate on, and then torque the wheels. This one's done. You know we'll go ahead and put a sticker on it. Let's go ahead and get this knocked out. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. That way you get notified when new projects as this one and other long-term ones come in. There it is, all done. Lugs torqued, bed's tight, stickers on. Looks good. It's a 4.6, has 2-inch drop shackles, so it's actually a 4 in the front, 8 in the rear. There's your tire size for anybody that wants to know. 265, 50, R20. I would recommend going a little smaller, like a 255 or a 245, 45-20, because I feel like he's gonna be bottoming out a little bit, but that's okay. The rear is notched, won't hit anything, everything's clear. And as you know it, we had to tag it. Customer's on his way to pick it up. Not too far, about an hour away from here. But like I said, we knocked this one out in between doing the floors and everything. And like I keep saying, if it's a small 1 to 2 day job, I can knock it out without having to wait in line. Unless all y'all hit me up at once, then we have to start scheduling in between. Can't do them back to back, maybe every weekend, and during the week I work on the bigger stuff. But let's go ahead and pull it out, and it's off to the owner. As always, man, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. As I keep saying, that way you get notified of the content I get. It could be anything from a little bag, a little notch job like this, or all the way up to a full bag job, or you never know. I do all kinds of things here.